Good day, everybody. This is Dana Massett with Ascend Your Soul and the Mindful Mama. Today, I'm going to be talking about shifting from survival mode to acts of loving yourself. So, sometimes when we go through life, we do fall into survival mode. Stressors are hitting us from all directions. So, we naturally are kind of just going through life on autopilot, moving from the next task to the next task, and we forget to love ourselves. Or we're going through a health crisis and we're just focused on surviving and getting better. So it's not so much about loving ourselves, it's about cultivating the basics of being able to function through life. And then what happens is when the crisis is over, when the chaos is over, we're still functioning in survival mode without even realizing, because now this has become our new pattern. So, something I like to remind clients and myself is bring that awareness into your body. Are you still responding and reacting and moving through life in survival mode? Or are you slowing down again? Are you slowing down? Are you tuning in? Are you focusing on self-care? Are you focusing on self-love? So not so much checking off your to-do list, but more so tuning in. This hour is for myself. What am I going to do now? What is loving myself in this moment? What do I need in this moment? So an example is, if you were in survival mode, basically I need to eat this type of diet, I need to take these supplements at this time, I need to go to the acupuncture on this day, I need to go to my integrative physician on this day. You're just following your schedule. Even though these things are good for you, I don't think you're showing up with the attitude or intention of, I'm doing this because I'm loving myself. Most of the times when we're in that mode, we're doing these things to survive, to get better. So the act of self-care and loving ourselves has kind of disappeared in that moment. So when the crisis and the trauma has ended and we're in a good place of health, whether that's mental health or physical health, going back to the things that I'm doing to love myself. So even if you are taking the supplements, you're saying, I'm taking this because I love myself. I'm going to this acupuncturist because I love myself. I'm not checking it off the list anymore. These are acts of self-love, not survival, self-love. So again, survival is this tricky energy that takes over. And then even when the trauma is over and the chaos is over, it's this frequency it's still vibrating inside of us. We're still flowing through life in this survival type of energy. We fear that if we take a deep breath, that we might lose ourselves. When really, if we take that deep breath, we're actually coming back to ourselves. And it might feel uncomfortable because even though we've healed this physical ailment, maybe our emotional being or our mental being has suffered through that. And maybe we couldn't give those beings the attention that it needed. So sometimes taking that deep breath does feel uncomfortable, but that's the road to returning to yourself. So even if you're continuing to do those practices that you learned, that heal yourself and that are good for your body, I want you to switch your mindset to, I'm doing these things as acts of self-love. I'm not doing these things to check it off the list. I'm doing it to love myself. So if you just kind of switch the mindset, switch the intention, you're stepping out of survival mode slowly and bit by bit. And then before you know it, your frequency has changed to this calm, I'm okay. Everything's okay. And if something changes tomorrow, I will still be okay because I'm strong enough. Namaste.